Hey guys, welcome back to the Isometric exercise library for the Superhuman Strength Protocol. Today we've got one of my absolute favourites for building shoulder strength and stability, the single arm isometric press. Now with this, again, you can use the forklift lifting strap or any strap that you have that can be ran under the midline of your foot or your heel, and obviously we can apply force with it. As you can see here, I'm aiming for a 90-degree elbow position or shoulder position, just because I find that that is my weakest point, but we're always aiming to train within that longer range of motion position. I'm running the strap underneath the midline of my foot towards my heel, just to make sure that it is fixed in place. I'm holding on to the other end of the strap, obviously so that the strap doesn't slip, and just applying the minimal amount of tension with my other arm to make sure that it stays fixed. From here, again, making sure that my lower body is tight to generate that stability for an overhead press, making sure that I'm bracing my abs and I'm keeping my shoulders square on. I'm aiming to drive my arm up into a fully extended position. As is the case with all of the isometric exercises, and as we've discussed within the intro to functional isometrics position, what we're aiming to do is aiming to perform the dynamic movement as we normally would against that fixed resistance, and that's how it differs from positional isometrics. So we want to actually execute the movement as we normally would, get those motor units to fire maximally as if we're trying to lock that arm out, but obviously that fixed resistance is in place. With this one, what I do always recommend people keep an eye out for is to make sure that the wrist and the elbow stay in line with one another and that they are in a stable position relative to the shoulder. What a lot of people tend to do when they initially drive up, particularly within an overhead press and an isometric variation, is we either see significant amount of involvement from the elbow, so the hand actually comes in towards the midline of the body and they try and extend their arm, or they get into a really awkward and unsafe position within the shoulder and try and wrench their arm back to press up. So just make sure that we're in that stable position and that you feel like you can apply the sufficient amount of force as the program requires into that range of motion and into that fixed position.